Good afternoon. I'd like to call to order the October 2025 meeting of the Cohoes Monthly IDA. With the quorum present, we will begin by calling roll. Kenneth Daly. Here. Kimberly Cardona. Mr. Fitzgerald. Here. Mr. Dugwire, present. Mr. Moore. Here. Mr. Napier. Here. Mr. Paradise. Here. Okay, with the quorum present, we will begin. Approval of the September minutes. Any changes? Any questions?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
All opposed?
If you don't get any of that.
Motion carried. Okay. Did I get it right?
You're good. You're good, Ed. You're good.
Okay, you introduced sales tax application from Bonnie Keystone.
Yes. So I believe Peter sent you a copy of, it's actually his LLC, 105 LLC, which is a 24 unit, I think, right? Let's see what it says, 29 residential apartments, 35,000 square foot multifamily project. The total investment cost on the application is 8.1 million roughly. They are asking for IDA benefits, sales tax, and mortgage recording tax exemptions. The New York State sales tax exemption would be in the amount of $320,000. The mortgage recording tax would be approximately $65,000. So that would be the total amount of the benefits that the IDA would confer, that they're asking the IDA to confer on their project. There's no permanent jobs created, but there is, construction jobs, and they're claiming 46 construction jobs claimed. And that's really it.
Yeah, it was pretty basic.
What's the thing?
That's the Cohoes Hotel
27 White.
phase. Yeah.
It's got, so it comes off the back of the Cohoes Hotel, runs all the way along Main Street on that backside, and then ends at White Street.
You remember the
Next
drugstore
to
over
the
here?
Black Cat.
If you went in the parking lot of that drugstore,
Yeah.
it's what you'd see beyond it there.
Yeah, the one on the corner, right? What's it? Just trying to picture what it says.
So what's the old drugstore here? It's now a Dollar Tree.
Right.
Oh, okay.
See that parking lot? It's the parking lot that's adjacent to it behind it.
I got it.
If you're looking at it from back there, but it's a White Street address.
Well, it kind of is in that parking lot, but it's weird because that parking lot is actually Danny O's parking lot. This is Bonaquisti's property. And so the old Cohoes Hotel, it's the back of the hotel is where it starts, and it goes all the way over to the parking lot that used to be the parking lot for the Black Cat.
So there's nothing to do with pilot.
This is not a pilot. This is sales tax and mortgage tax. And it looks like 320K and 65K is the benefit to the owner, to the project. Any questions for Kate?
No, sounds good. Do we need a motion to approve that?
Well, what the next steps are, if you'd like to move it forward, we'll take a vote. Then we will need to get back with Paul, get the IDA's fees up front, like with our new policy, you might remember, some of you wouldn't because you're new. Then we would have to commission an economic impact statement of the project. The applicant pays for that. Same
good.
thing. Yeah. Then we would, at the next meeting, do a resolution to hold a public hearing because the benefits are over $100,000.
Okay.
So we would do that. Applicant pays for that as well.
Good.
Then once you have that, then you would reconvene for an approval resolution. So we're probably, if we're lucky, we're probably looking at December at this point as a final approval for it.
So you're saying we'd have the public hearing with our pre-November meeting?
Yeah,
Right.
we have to give at least 10 days notice, so I think we could pull that off
Yep.
That was the plan if, you know, you were gonna move forward.
Okay.
But today, it's really just a vote to accept it and move it forward into the next phase of getting an economic impact statement. And all of that. It is a housing project. We've done housing projects in the past. My guess is the economic impact statement will be positive, you know, from it, so. I don't
It's market
see
rate, right?
any real issue there.
Good.
He is using DRI funds in the project as well, as far as we know.
You got
Downtown Revitalization Initiative, the 10 million, yeah.
He does not claim that on here. So on the application, because it says there's a place for other grants or whatnot, and it doesn't look like it's factored into his budget.
It
So-
specifically asks if you use public funds.
So we should probably just ask him about it. You know what I mean? And what his intention is for it.
Yeah,
And, you know, all the IDA benefits would have to be contingent upon planning board approval and all that, you know, all that stuff. I think that's it. Let me make a note.
And you sent me the signed one. right?
Yes.
Okay. Anything? So I guess you would ask for a
Go ahead and
motion to
approve
move
this.
to the next step.
Okay, so what,
I'll make a motion to that effect.
Okay.
Also,
okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried.
So to be clear, that's going to carry out a public hearing that'll
No.
proceed.
No,
Oh, well,
no. So the first thing we'll do is we'll get the economic impact statement from Camoin. We need a.
we don't need a bid for that. It's going to be under the threshold.
Right.
they
and
pay
we-
for it.
we have- Yeah, they do. Well, technically, we
We-
hire it. we
Yeah,
pay-
but
'cause
they
there
pay
are-
for it.
They have to reimburse us for it. At the November meeting, we actually have to do a resolution to notice a public hearing. So that that's not the motion that's on the floor today. So we would notice the
This just
public
puts us in
hearing.
January probably then.
No, yeah, I told Paul it's gonna take,
So, okay. November is the meeting to resolve public hearing.
and then we just
And
need, we
then
can do
we'll-
it quickly. I mean, it's just a 10-day notice. We have to publish.
After the resolution.
Yes.
So then that means the actual public
We can
hearing.
pick a date to put in that resolution and have it ready to go.
Well, I guess with December being the holidays, we can have an earlier meeting.
Right. That's why I thought maybe we could pull it off by December.
Okay.
It would just, you and I would have to show up for the special public hearing, but it would probably be a half hour like it normally is.
Okay. All right.
And then December, you'd have an approving resolution and a seeker neg deck resolution for December on this.
Okay.
So
All right.
today, it's just to move it forward in the process to get an economic impact.
Okay, very good. Okay,
All right, all in favor? Go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah, he
I-
did.
I
We-
just didn't
did.
want, it's not the
Yep.
public hearing notice.
Yep.
okay. Moving on to committee selection.
Yeah, do you want to pause that one and we can have Mike review the budget and
Okay.
we'll go back to the committee. Yeah. Mike falls
What's up,
asleep. Mike takes a nap at 6:15, I think.
Family? Everybody have a copy of the?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so basically, we have to do this by November 1st every year.
Yep.
The New York State Authority Budget Office. They used to be October 1st, now they changed it to November 1st, so it was a month more. I basically just, pretty much know, guesstimate on our expenditures. The revenues are always a crapshoot because, I do have closing for the administrative fees or, we're gonna have one or two by the sounds of it coming up. So, but the expenses are pretty, accurate. The only thing that might be a little overstated is our other costs for property held, the expenses, because we really haven't been spending a lot of money there other than mowing and shoveling.
Combination of that, and we're probably going to lose the insurance on Ontario after this
Right.
closing as well.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
So I pretty much kept everything pretty much status quo from the expense side. The interest income estimated at 10,000, the rates are dropping, so I'm waiting for a call from Pioneer to drop our rates, but I haven't got that yet, so.
What happened to the 60,000 that was earmarked by the?
That's in the balance sheet.
Okay.
That's still
Just wanna
there.
make sure, so.
And that's, so that's.
Mike, what percentage of our money is interest bearing?
Well, seeing that the checking account is $155 and the money market has 236.
Okay, all right.
So I would say 99.9% of it is, I only transfer over to the checking as we write a check. So
Right,
very
right.
Minimal in there. So
Is, and I know I'm getting a little off topic here, but will they have to decide where the money that goes from the sale, if it's going to go to the interest bearing? Right, because didn't we have to have a specific resolution when we moved over to interest and what
Right.
percentage of funds?
Yes. So we'll take it into the general fund first, and then you can all decide what you
Okay.
want.
transfers.
All right.
You put it into the operating account and then I can transfer it after everything's said and done.
Yeah, I gotta look at, it's very old, and we're gonna get to this, but you do have an investment policy. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we got I put about $10,000 for interest, that's about what we're averaging. And right now, I think the 70,000 might be an achievable number for 26. So the way things are going between the Brookfield closure and what you're talking about from Monacoste and stuff like that, and the other projects. We still got the power tank location too, so hopefully something transpires during the course of the year for that. But this is just, it's I call it a placeholder budget, because it can be adjusted, year to year. So something a requirement that we have to do.
Looking for a motion.
Okay. Motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried.
All right.
thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, thanks. I really appreciate your comment.
Thank you, Mike. Okay, now on to our committees. Okay, let the fun begin.
Well, Kim's not here, so she's going to be on all of them.
We forgot to tell her that.
One question before we get into that, before I forget. Are we getting billed for water and sewer on the power tank?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a $30 fee, but what the bulk of the cost that's going to be there is the VBR, the vacant building registry, which we'll get hit with again on that one.
Are we gonna get billed for it?
We will. It'll probably come out in the title search,
But
similar to what we just did in, yes.
I would think it would be a bill sent to us.
I mean, I guess we can ask for it or we can do it in the closing.
Yeah, it's gotta get paid at a closing because it's a lien, and so we'll satisfy it at proceeds, and they'll cut the check directly. Yeah.
There's no interest on it, right? So
Penalties?
it's just straight fees. Yeah, no interest or penalties, no.
Okay. Not yet. All right. Okay. Very good.
To the committees.
Okay, appointment to the governance committee. Any volunteers?
Well, now, some of these specifically have to have the chair on, right?
I would recommend that the chair be on, finance.
So Ed,
That's fine.
And if we still are gonna have a project review committee, we really weren't using that, you know.
well, let's create the committee and
Okay.
should it, right? I mean,
Yep.
it does no harm.
But those would be the only two, I think, the chair.
And you
should
want
be on.
3 per?
We have to, yeah.
3 per, okay. So we have Ed on those 2.
At least 3, I guess is fine.
Yeah, all right. Right.
That is on finance, what was the second one?
Project review committee. So beginning with the governance committee.
Yeah.
Can you brief description of
The governance committee is gonna be a lot of work.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, did I look at that?
Oh, you're already on, you're already on. No, these policies are so old. The last time I even looked at them was probably when I came on in 2017. And we revised some of it here and there, but not a lot, and it's really outdated. So we've got to go through all of this. Governance also potentially deals with compliance, so website, making sure the website's, up to date and compliant, leading trainings and scheduling trainings for the board, that kind of thing. Trying to think of what else. That's really.
Yeah, I mean,
that's really
updating the
gist
Bible
of
and
it.
making sure we're doing what we should be doing.
Yeah, I mean, and potentially if there became vacancies and we wanted to make a recommendation to the council, like we would help identify potential people to serve. But it just depends on the IDA. Sometimes IDAs don't really do that. A couple of mine make recommendations, a couple don't. That's governance. Audit committee probably meets 2 or 3 times a year around the audit. And it can't be comprised of finance committee members because that's the day-to-day review of what we're doing. The audit sits in oversight to how well did we actually do it. So they have to be what they call independent members. So that's kind of a committee that, it's intense for maybe 2 or 3 meetings and then it's done. It's only an annual thing. The finance committee obviously reviews the financials, does the financial planning, would help choose the investments, if we were going to invest funds, all of that. The co-development committee, that was just a special committee on Remsen. And then the project review committee, at one point, instead of having the whole board vet an application at one time, they looked into, basically said, we just like to have 3 members so that if there's a negotiation, it's not the whole board negotiating it. It's a couple of people and then they're making a recommendation to the full board. We haven't used it except for the co-development really for Remsen. I don't think we really have used the project.
Not since I've been here, no.
So, I don't know if you really even want to continue it, but that's up to you.
We only have one other piece of property after this, and we're going to set up that meeting at the end of this one to move that on.
So that's the descriptions.
So,
You still saying yes?
Yeah, we have.
Oh, he knows he can't back out now. He's on film.
The rule is if you're going to complain about the policy, you got to be on the committee.
I'm on the committee. I'm your committee.
I'll join.
Okay.
Governance,
I'll go.
Joe and Jeff. All right, moving on to the
Yeah,
audit.
that's good because you're also, you're the new are you the vice chair now?
He's vice chair.
Okay.
Don't put it
So you are the chair, Tammy, of finance committee. So Tammy's on the finance committee.
Tammy, Ed, and
I would like to be on the finance committee.
Steve. We skipped the audit. Should we give Kimberly one of those?
Yeah.
Sure.
Kim,
Dan?
Dan, and Jeff. See,
Kim, Dan, and
Jeff.
Okay.
You sure?
No.
who?
I'll do it if you want. No.
There's one more. Well, co-development, it will be short-lived.
I would like to serve on the co-development committee. I've been on the co-development since its inception. I would be the only member who is,
Are you going to be,
I'm coming off of the LDC, like momentarily.
okay, so there you go. So Ed, you want to be on that co-development?
Yes.
Okay, so Ed, Steve,
I'll do that.
and Jeff. And I think there's one meeting of that left, maybe 2, just to hash out the finances in the end.
I think there's only 2 members of the co-development committee from each, right? LDC and IDA each have just 2.
Jeff, you're kicked off of that committee.
What? Put it
So
on?
I just saved you some work,
Usually
Jeff.
though, the way it was drafted is the chair and the vice chair were the members,
Right.
but you can do it.
Well, let's keep Jeff as an alternate.
Okay.
Okay.
If you want only one left.
Yeah, if Ed can't.
I'll send this out populated.
Your vice chair can go for you.
Okay.
And the
As long as
project
you're in a
review.
secure location, you're not in the same place.
Cohoes idea.
Agreed.
That's pretty
So
funny.
do I have to move?
Okay, that's a good sheet.
Yeah, I think we'll
And,
pause that. No, I think we're gonna put a kibosh.
Project review, we're gonna,
No, I think we can do it as a board. We have one
Yeah,
more
that's
big
fine.
project coming. I think,
get that off.
yeah, this is a good group to review those and have good conversation about it.
What I do think though is, the ABO has certain guidelines on committees and how many times they should meet and different things like that. I think if nothing else, finance should meet at least quarterly. But depending upon what's going on, it could increase.
Mhm.
The governance committee right now has quite a bit of work to do. And we want to be prepared for each meeting. Like if we're going to amend a policy, we want to kind of get ahead of that because it's going to take time to discuss it with everybody at the table and all that. So I'd like to see a governance committee meeting in well, the holidays are going to kill us, so we're not going to do that.
And we're there.
Yeah, January, before maybe the first or second week that we're back for governance, because it would be before the
So
January meeting.
okay, January 26th, okay, before general. Do you have that digital, Kate?
It's all on the website.
Oh, that's
You
right.
have it digital.
Yeah, I do.
And I think as you start to go through this, you're gonna scratch your head at some of it, like, what? Like, we didn't, it
Yeah.
needs to be updated.
Okay. And the audit committee, I'll begin receiving emails from Mike relatively soon into the new year as our audit is being completed. So previously, none of you were ever included, so I'll include you as I'm answering all the questions and sending all the documents for, what's his name?
Yeah, I brought the
You know.
ones
I know
we
who you're
can't-
talking
Yeah, him.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
I can't get it.
What's our auditor's name?
Cusack and Company. You mean it's
Yeah.
either John Crichon or?
No, it's Cusack. It's
Ken?
Ken
Yeah,
Claflin.
But he's retiring.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, as far as I know.
All
I
right.
think he's doing just a little bit of municipal work still.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
what he
it
said
might be
last
one
year.
more year, yeah.
So anyway, I'll be answering all those questions. I'll make sure you guys are on those emails. All right.
Okay.
All right, well, why don't you take it and because Kim's not here, and then I'll make.
You were given one.
I have an extra one.
Daniel.
He may not.
I have one at home.
I don't believe that.
I've got one.
I remember getting something like that. I have it.
No, I have one at home. I'll give Kim. So you're good.
I've got,
Yep. Next up.
That's so we'd all have it, and that way if you're sitting at a meeting, you can look at it and you can amend them. Because, and that's not, I just noticed there's a few even missing and they weren't on the website either, so I'll add them.
Which?
There's a policy on financial assistance, and that's where all the fees are, so that people know what we charge.
Oh, yeah. Transparent.
And they're out of date.
Actually, that one is one that we did update when Joe Scott was still working with us on that, but it had to be 2 or 3 years ago. So, and we only did that little piece of it to increase the fees.
okay.
So we did the budget committee selection. We want to talk about the IDA training next.
Right, I think, again, first quarter.
Yeah.
But as you go through the policies, I think we're going to have opportunity where you might have questions about what the policies mean and why they say what they say. And most of it is from the statute or from the ABO directives. So, there's an opportunity there every meeting as we amend to kind of learn why we're doing it. But I do think it would be helpful to, do an hour or two just on fiduciary duties, conflicts of interest, all the ABO requirements, all of that.
Does the ABO offer that remotely?
They have their own, which the new members need to sign up for. But when I do it, it goes into detail, and that they don't do. And it also includes the IDA portion of like what benefits, what's a pilot, how do you review it, what information do we, require, all of that.
Will that
So
training be done here, Kate?
it'll be wherever you want it. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I think a couple years ago, we went over to Rod's place. We had a conference room.
yeah, that worked well.
Well, because of the lunch. Dinner.
Yeah. Yes, it was very good. Okay. Anything else at the agenda?
Well, do you want to add this? Can we?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
One thing I want to bring up, the next meeting for the next monthly meeting, our regular meeting is November 18th. I want to throw this out here. I want to think about the executive meeting board, there's four of us, us, the vice, okay? Of doing that as an on-needed basis, not every month. Kate and Pete and I can talk for 15, 20 minutes on the phone and say, hey, this is what's going on. Put it on an agenda, put it out to you guys, so you know what's coming up for the board. I don't think the four of us have to meet every month, but as needed, yes, maybe you might. So I want to see what your feelings were on that. If you want to keep it monthly or just go as needed.
That's fine with me.
Yeah,
Fine, should I join in?
You can go as needed. Just make sure if you're gonna do it, you notice it in time. Because that's
I've
usually,
got that, I also got.
oh, yeah.
you know, you're like, oh, yeah, maybe we should get together tomorrow. I mean, you're not giving enough.
No, I
That's
got, I stopped and got, I think Kathleen's number, to let her know when we're gonna have meetings or not have meetings, so she knows. So, whatever you guys think.
Yeah, well, here's the reality. Again, after this next meeting, we don't own any property, so we're managing current business on the books, which is just existing pilots or potentially, sales tax and mortgage taxes.
The next executive is next week, 11/6.
Well, there's obviously nothing to attend to that. And, when we had it and we were completing it, at least in the 1 year I completed, I mean, we may have had 4 or 5 tops.
Yeah, and there was
We
a
didn't
very
really have them every
specific
month
reason
anyway.
for it.
Yeah,
Okay.
they had to be specific. So really, we'll follow suit with what you mentioned, and we'll communicate as needed, should one arise.
Motion to go as approved?
No, it's okay. You have a consensus. You know, they're not on the calendar yet, right?
No.
Yeah, so.
Okay, very good, thank you. Other than that-
So the other thing we want to do is we're going to address this resolution. So we have a resolution to authorize the sale of the Ontario Street property.
Yes, so I had to do the resolution over because the first time you approved it, it gave Rod the ability to sign the documents to close. And so we have to do it over, giving Ed and maybe Jeff in his place to sign the closing documents or any of that.
I think it names me. I think it names,
Oh, you and Ed, is it?
I think Ed
Okay,
and I.
That's fine.
Yes.
That's fine.
So this is the resolution that you've already passed, just naming someone else to sign the documents at closing. And you'll need a motion for this.
Motion. I'll second.
Motion
Whoever.
approved.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Yes.
All opposed?
So
Thanks,
you'll,
Kate.
gotta put this in. Okay.
I was doing so good.
That's all right.
One curveball. We do need to schedule the co-development committee meeting to move on with the property at Remsen Street.
Do you want to do that, or you just want to schedule a joint meeting of the boards and just hammer it out?
I'm sure you guys would like, the other suggestion is schedule a meeting of both boards so that you're bringing it to motion at the same time.
Right, right.
I'm looking at Ed and Steve. Well, technically Ed, really, right? Because
Yeah.
do you have a date in mind? Do you want to throw one at a dartboard?
Didn't have anything in mind, I was waiting for you guys to meet today and point your committee members, but
You want to throw a dart at a board?
we had to postpone our October meeting is going to be on October 30th, but then our normal
Are you guys dressing up?
November meeting will be, what's that?
Are you dressing up? Costumes?
Um,
So what's the agenda? Are you gonna do best and final, like have them both come back and present?
So you do have two, one with the realtor, one without, correct?
Well, the strange part about all of that is, it's the same person who bid without the realtor has bid with the realtor,
But we didn't note that prior to contract.
correct? So,
Because that was my other question, so Paul still feels his proposal's on the table, right?
it is,
He
yeah,
did not take it off.
no.
Right.
No,
But the other question is, since we have had a broker since then, would he have to, oh no, we're paying the fee to broker, so,
We
right.
are, but for Paul, if we accepted Paul's, there would be no broker fee.
okay. And then there's still, the broker submitted one more that we haven't looked at yet, right? Is
The
that-
gas station was not
Gas
accepted.
station's not, don't even.
That was shot down before it,
Okay,
yeah. So it's just the
It's
two
just-
residentials,
it's just the two apartment.
correct.
One quick question too. If we pick one of those two and go forward, does that still have to go to the zoning board?
oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It'll have the
yes. Oh, yeah.
contingency of,
Yeah.
of
Okay.
being approved before the sale, which is what we're living right now through the Ontario Street property.
Yeah,
Thank you, Sharon.
yeah, that's,
Yeah, it's gonna be subject to site.
I
plan.
just, and I'm sure Sharon's, if we,
The
just don't
art,
want to see us keep lining up lawsuits after lawsuits after lawsuits, because that seems to be what's going on, because we gotta.
People don't like the word no.
Well, I know, so,
Yeah, well, like you got,
There is new language in the contracts that heads that off.
it addresses that. Okay, just want to make sure we didn't, if we accept
What are you thinking?
that, then we would, would the sale be dependent upon them getting their city approvals?
Right, so normally there's a due diligence phase of around 90 days, and you have government approvals, you have title, and you have finance mortgage contingency. And if for some reason you're supposed to, if you represent the applicant, and it's gonna go over that period, they're supposed to come to me and say, we need an extension, in which you all graciously say, no problem, 30 days. But where we got into trouble was, they weren't doing that, and then they waived the contingencies and tried to make us close. So now there'll be language in there that basically says, you know, you either have these approvals or we don't close. And it's not something you can waive, it's part of the contract.
Okay,
So we don't have to close if they don't have those.
so that would be to, like if we approve the sale of Bonnie, then it would be dependent first upon the IDA deciding whether or not you want to give them a pilot or not, because that was part of his application.
Well, it can't be contingent.
yeah, the
It
pilot.
can't be, the contract can't be contingent upon a pilot. We're not. allowed
Okay.
to do
That's,
that.
that contingency doesn't exist. It exists more in zoning and planning.
Okay. Good.
But we do expect him to go and ask for a pilot.
Bonacristi just said that he would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he would. I mean, why wouldn't you ask?
Well, he realizes we don't let 20, 30 years.
Yeah, he knows the new
Yeah,
plans are 10 years.
not in our guidelines.
It's 10 and 12 right now.
At the best.
I'll suggest either the 30th of October or that's a Thursday, or Wednesday, the 5th of November.
this is for
The joint or co-development or joint committees, I'm not sure exactly how. those-
Essentially, we're going to bring both boards together, so everyone, yeah, so we can make a motion to, so we'll have the committees agree upon which they want to select. No, this is just to deal with the Remsen Street property.
So it's a joint meeting. Both boards are gonna notice it. And then I can do the 30th, I can't do the 5th.
30th is fine for me.
I don't think it may be, but I can't do the 30th. I don't want.
Well, let's just see if we can meet right. Tammy, can you make the 30th? So we've got Tammy, Joe, Jeff, Ed?
And
Steve, obviously you can. I'll reach out to Kim, but I think we have a quorum there. Um,
And that'll put the discussion on that.
So we're going to choose which developer for the Remsen Street property. And then being that both boards are going to be there, we're also going to make the motion to move forward with it.
Is that October 30th? Yeah, a week from
And
Thursday.
yeah,
That's the date we already let.
What is it,
The only
Vermont
two
board?
already know, so that's our meeting.
Bonaquisti and, remodel. Yeah, yep. I mean, it's BDJ. It's not really recognized as remodel now, but it is that individual. Well, you go on it at 4:30? Is that feasible for everyone? Yeah, okay.
So I would tell the applicants that they're coming back in to present their projects one final time. And then I think you should have an open discussion. But if you can't come to a consensus, I would not recommend taking a vote where now you have one board saying yes and another board saying no.
Okay.
I think if you can't reach a consensus, you can't really take a vote because the LDC owns one parcel and you can't close without the other 5. You see how this works? So I would just, if you all agree, great. We'll take a vote, both boards, it'll move forward. But if you're at odds, then we really need to just time out and.
So to be clear, at this meeting, the consensus is going to be between Ed, Steve, and Ed, and whoever your other person is,
Josh.
Josh. That's the consensus.
How many board members does the LDC have?
How many board members?
Yeah.
We
Without,
have Sarah Stevens, we have Owen Smith,
There'll be 6
Cindy
left.
Mankowski, and Jeff Pratt.
so your board would pass it with a majority of votes, but you'd be on the IDA side at that point.
Yeah.
So it would be Ed and it would be Ed and Steve and Ed and Josh for the consensus.
No, because it's both boards. The co-development committee is off.
If we have a joint.
That's gonna be hard.
If we have a joint meeting, then it would be a discussion between both boards. We won't have to have a recommendation from.
It's just going to be probably a tougher hurdle, but
But you're gonna hit that hurdle at the meeting anyway,
We
right? Like
both
that's
have to
where-
meet
yeah.
after that anyway, so it just.
And you ought to know where the other one stands, right? I mean, you don't,
That's our only 2 options.
so will these 2
Yeah.
developers have their final proposals at this meeting?
right. That's what I'm
So
saying.
I've
You
got
come and give
BDG
you,
here.
Moore's Electric
Exactly what
didn't
they
submit.
want.
That is 4:30, is that
I'm
when
not
we're
sure
gonna do it?
exactly.
You'll send out an invite?
Casey wants to.
Yes,
Thank you. We're talking about 4:30 on that day.
4:30, October 30th. And I'm going to just reach out to my board, Steve, our board here. Yeah,
Yeah.
or Ed,
And you'll.
Yeah.
And make sure you have a quorum.
Yeah.
Because we don't have a
We were
quorum.
supposed to be meeting at 8:15, so we'll have to check with everybody and make sure they can change it.
Okay.
and make sure you send them a letter of resignation prior, or else you're gonna have to recuse from both boards.
Nope,
We don't
I'm gonna-
wanna do that.
Yeah, so we'll accept that first.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay. Tammy, Joe, Jeff, Ed, and Steve, and then I will hope that Kim can make it. All right, we're good there.
Okay.
And somebody's gotta let the 2 applicants know, and they're welcome to come to the whole meeting, but you might wanna tell, come at.
So you want
5.
presentations, you said?
Yeah.
What do we
I think-
want?
I
So they
think
have
we
to be
gotta-
fair and equitable, right? What do we want, 15, 20, 30 minutes?
Well, I think they get 15 minutes to present, and if there's any questions,
Yeah.
that you're the board, you get to decide how many questions.
How much?
2-minute presentation and then,
Well, we have to time it, so it's,
yeah.
what do you want?
15.
15 and 15?
Good, yeah.
Ed, I'll reach out to both.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, any more business? No, I can see everybody. Okay, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All approved?
Yeah.
Opposed? Motion carried.
You need a gavel.
Bring a hammer next time.
The last thing I need is a gavel.